Tony, a big week for you, obviously. What was it like to get that contract signed and sealed?
It was great. I'm delighted. As I've said, it's a proud moment for myself, and my family. So it's good to get it done, and it's now just about putting the hard work in and helping the team progress and be successful. So yeah, proud moment for myself, and just want to now get the work done.
Obviously, there's been a lot of work going into it. I think you mentioned that during the week, not just from yourself, but for others close to you as well. Does that make it even more important to you, significant to you when you're signing these things and getting that done?
Yeah, no, it's not just me. I've got brilliant people behind me, my family, that I've mentioned in previous interviews, and my main motivations, my wee girl, and I've got my own family now, so I've got responsibilities in my life. So that is the contract's a symbol of my work that I'm putting in for her and for the rest of the people, my family, etc., my friends that have all helped me along the way through the beginning as a kid, all the way through to now in my career. So I'm glad I've been able to do that, and it's now about, like I say, continuing into the rest of my career and doing the same work and earn more and make them more proud. So yeah, no, definitely.
Is your wee girl old enough to go to games, understand what it means?
She's getting there. She's getting there. She's definitely getting to grips more with what her dad does. It's a wee bit. She's only 3.5, so she's trying to explain that to her, and sometimes she's quite interested. But and then other times she's not. So, but she'll get there, and when she's older, she'll be able to look back on all the memories that I've tried to create for her early in her life, and realise how special it was.
Does that give you a bit of extra motivation as well, knowing that she's there watching you and is going to be there?
Yeah, no, for sure. She is my main motivation. I've said that many a time. Like I say, she's my responsibility now, and my career reflects in my life as well. It's just about trying to give her everything in the best life possible, and just like I say, she's going to grow up and she's going to look back at her, the success and the things that I create. So it's my job to make sure they're as special as possible, and I'm hoping that I'm doing that for her. So.
How's it like? What's it been like being reunited with Brendan Rodgers? How's that working relationship kind of renewed for you?
Yeah, no, it's been great. He's a great manager, and we're lucky to be working under him. So it's just about trying to every day take on board what he's telling us to do, and the instructions that we're getting, and the way he wants us to play, which I feel all the boys are doing. And keep them on working and every day and learning and progressing as players, which game by game, training session by training session, we're all doing as a collective.
Is that going to be motivation as well for you to show? Obviously, he gave you a big chance when you were very young to show him how much you've improved in the kind of intervening years as well.
Yeah, no, it was a big part of that part of my career when I was a kid and got the opportunities that I got under him the first time around, and I'm very thankful for that. And it was a great learning curve, and it's been able to I've been able to take moments that I got back then into my game now. So it was a case of just through the years I've progressed as a player, as a person. It's about now putting that into my game now, which I'm doing every day in training, and when I get more opportunities in games to take them, and that's the aim.
What is the kind of focus for you to continue your improvement? What kind of things do you need to do to take that next step as well and keep pushing on?
Just keep on learning, keep working, keep listening to what I'm being told to do, and I've got a great coaching staff that I work under, and I just try and learn every day, and trying to just, like I say, every day I come into training, I just try and treat it as a new day and put hard work in, and it's my job at the end of the day to perform when the chance comes around. So I'll always keep myself in the best possible shape and the best possible mindset, so when that time comes that I'm there and I do my job for the team, and that's what I'll do.
Manager as well said yesterday that it's important that there are people like you who've come through the system and know what it is to play for Celtic as well. Do you feel that is important as well? There's obviously guys who have been down that, Callum McGregor, James Forrest as well. Is that a key thing for a football club to have, you think, a football team to have as well?
Yeah, I do feel it's important. Yeah, I feel that the system for Celtic, for me coming through personally, it was it's a hard journey to get to this point, and I'm one of the lucky ones that's been able to break through. There's a lot of kids through the time that don't, but I've been able to myself have, like I've said previous as well, great role models like Cal and Jamesy that I've seen do it, and gives everybody that bit of hope that you can. So hopefully, for like I had with him, hopefully I can show the kids that they've got a chance if I can do it type of thing they can. So but it is a hard road, but it shows it's possible, and if you just put the work in and dedicate yourself to it. So yeah, it is important, and again, I'm just glad I'm one of the lucky ones that's been able to do it.
You feel almost you have to be, even better, because maybe people look at, big money players coming in, big money transfers, and you have to kind of always prove yourself more when you're coming through the ranks, you think?
Yeah, it depends how it's perceived on the outside, but I feel that you're always having to prove it anyway. Whether you've come through the ranks or whether you're a signing, you need to always come in and you need to prove that you're worth it, and that you can do the job, and that's done by football. So I feel that whether you come through the ranks or whether you've been bought in, you become part of a collective and you become part of a squad, and that's the unit that brings you success. So it doesn't overly matter when we all come together anyway.
Do you feel you're becoming one of the maybe more senior players now as well, especially when there's...
Unfortunately, aye.
Especially when there's maybe even younger guys coming in from outside the country, and you're maybe helping them settle in. Is that kind of something you've kind of taken on board as well?
Yeah, well, I'm only turning 25 in November, but no, for sure it's adapting. I'm not a kid anymore. So when there is younger boys coming into the team, it's trying to help as much as possible them settle in, especially if they're coming from different backgrounds, different countries. It's the likes of myself and the boys that have been here either for a long time or came through and knows the club well, to help them settle in as best as possible so they can perform at their best. But yeah, it's a different time now for me, and now after signing the contract, I'm going to be here till I'm slightly older again. So it's just kind of adapting through my career into that experience level where I can hopefully help younger boys that because I've been there myself as well at 18, 19, 20, that type of thing, to help them best as possible settle in and to do the best that they can.
Does that help you on the part when you maybe take more responsibility off it as well?
Yeah, I'm lucky. We've still got very more experienced boys than me here. Like Sir Cal and Joe and Jamesy, these type of boys that take the lead on that, and I still very much look to them as well as trying to help me help the younger boys as well, the younger lads. But like I say, when that point in my career comes, not just yet, but I've had great role models to be able to then fulfil that when that time comes.